All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, this gonna be a good one tonight. This gonna be a good one. Listen, I thought about it and I said, well, you know what? I normally record during the day, but tonight I was sitting there and I had a conversation. I said, you know what? Let me hit that fresh. Let me get that fresh off the press right now to make sure that it's done. Because other than that, I got other responsibilities that sometimes keep me away from talking to you all, and I don't want that to happen. So let me go ahead and get this started. Tonight, this is what we're going to talk about. Would a woman rather have a man that's giving her 85% of everything she needs, or would she rather walk away and try to locate a man that's going to give her 100%? Once again, that's what I'm talking about as far as delusion. There's no such thing as 100%, ladies. So please, by no means, don't set your goal or set what it is that you're trying to do in order to obtain 100%, because guess what? It doesn't exist. Not at all. I'm telling you that anything over 70% is real good numbers when it comes to a relationship and when it comes to the type of man that you want to have. Because you see, all men have a deficiency. Not some, every last one of us. And that's just the God truth. And that includes me, even though it's hard. It's hard to prove mine, but nevertheless, they're there. So this is what I say to you. A person said to me, a woman said to me, listen, I choose to have a man that's 100%. My dude does everything right, but these are the areas in which he's missing. I said, okay, well, go ahead, entertain me a little bit. Tell me what areas he's missing. This is what they said. They said, well, his time is not as plentiful as I would like for it to be. I have lonely nights and I have lonely mornings. But other than that, this man has never let me fall, which means whatever or however or whenever I get into any situation, this man comes through for me. The sex is phenomenal. The conversation is great. We laugh, we joke. When we're together, it's actually almost as if I'm in blitz. However, the nights that he's not there, the mornings that he's not there, the time when he has to work or he have other responsibilities, I think I can find a man that can give me all 100%. Oh, God. Well, I don't know where this delusion comes from. I really don't, because there is no such thing as 100% in a relationship. And actually, I would myself, this is not statistically, I'm just saying myself living as long as I live, in as many relationships that I've been in, and my partners that's been in it, and people that I talk to has been in it, I'm telling you that the majority of the people that I've spoken with, or the panels that I've been on, or the people that I had a conversation with, I'm telling you that the average percentage of a good relationship is really right around 60%. And that's on a good night. And that's just the God truth. Because you see, some men have a deficiency that women can't get by. Now, a man that is always available for you, that means that that man has not been or not obtained financial security. Because in order to make sure that you don't fall, he has to make sure that he works. He has to make sure that he has the necessary benefits in which to help you get out of whatever situation you're in. And if he's up under you all the time, or if you are actually always available, if he's always available, then what that means is that he ain't working. That nigga unemployed. So don't get me wrong, he's there all the time, but you're on a struggle bus. So wouldn't you say that 75 or 80 or 85% is great ass numbers? But you see, that's what I meant when I told you a woman is always going to want to upgrade. A woman always seeks for something more. It's never possible to satisfy a woman. And let me tell you why. Women nowadays are actually going out getting bigger breasts, going out getting bigger butts, going out getting surgery done on their stomach, going out to head weave, going out to put lashes in. So the fact of the matter is that which is crazy is that women are always looking to upgrade themselves and their situation and their partner per se in regards to exactly what they think a healthy relationship is. I tell you that a healthy relationship is anything that's above 60%. Because listen, the truth is the matter is if a man is around all the time, a man works hard, a man does what he's supposed to do, but the sex is raggedy, you are still going to give him a low percentage, and you're still going to go out and search or seek for that 100% or something that's greater than what you have. Men are not like that. No, not at all. Men are very visual creatures. I'll give you that. But see, women, it don't even matter in regards to whether or not a man is financially stable. It really boils down to the exact same thing, as long as he looks good. However, if a man takes the responsibility of taking care of a woman, a woman, not a child, you know what I'm saying, then that simply means that a woman will give him the benefit of the doubt because she's living a peaceful life, an easy life. She's in her easy era. She's in her soft era. Whatever that means, I have no idea because you see, that's some new age stuff that they came up with. Because if you're in your feminine era or your femininity, you are in a soft area, regardless of whether you struggle on a bus or not. But you see, whatever happened to percentages or the majority being the most? That's the problem. That's why the world is the way that it is. Because even if there's a small percentage of people that's bucking against the system, they count. And that's fine. I believe everyone should be heard, but I also believe that the truth of the matter is that women will never be satisfied. But let me give you this tidbit. What if you have a man giving you 85% to you, but to another woman it's 100? Yeah, the plot thickens, don't it? Or how is it that a man is only giving you 55%, but he's actually receiving 20%? How crazy is that? Is that crazy? I believe that it is. I truly believe that it is. But you see, that's the difference. The difference is a man will take a woman that's only giving or only capable of giving 30 or 40%, and he'll stay with her. He'll stay with her, and he'll ride it out. Because ultimately he understands that such things that are important to so many women are taken advantage of by so many other women. 75 to 80 to 85% of a good relationship, and you choose women to seek out 100? Where they do that at? Well, I'm going to tell you where they do that. In America. That's where they do it. In America. No other women in any other country demands 100%. Because 100% would mean perfect. And you know just as well as I know that there's no such animal. But you jeopardize one for the other. So if all your boxes are checked off, and he's raggedy when it comes to laying down, or he's raggedy when it comes to showing his emotion, or he's raggedy when it comes to him being emotionally available, or he's raggedy when it comes to finances, or when he's raggedy for protecting or providing, you women take points off for that. So let me ask you, who is 100%? I'm telling you that you cannot find a woman on the green earth that we live on that God created that will say that her man is 100%. Not one. But you choose to search for the impossible. Okay, well, rock out. Let's go. You can keep searching and keep losing until you realize that you're going to have to compromise with some things that you want, or some things that you like, or some things that you may need. But if a man is standing 10 toes down in the relationship and giving you a percentage that most women would die for, 85%? How crazy is that for you to not understand that you are actually in the top 1 to 2% of relationships in America? Rich men, rich women that are with rich men won't tell you that it's 100%. Because he may be taking care of her, he may be checking all the boxes off, and then he punching her, or he's doing the Mike Tyson on her. There's always a deficiency, ladies. What you need to do, though, you need to begin to accept one thing or the other. I'm going to be alone, or I'm going to be with a man that's subpar from the man that I left that was giving me 85%. Let's check off the boxes. Let's go ahead and do that. You see, if a man meets a woman and the woman is working at McDonald's, and even though that woman is gorgeous, and even though that woman does what she needs to do on the physical aspect, even if that woman is supportive, even though that woman is loving, caring, emotionally available, guess what? She's deficient because her income does not solidify the advancement of that relationship. But let's switch it up for a minute. What if a man is a millionaire, but he's a sorry communicator, he's not emotionally available, he's over-aggressive, he's disrespectful, and you all take a percentage off for that. So which one would you prefer to have? 85% or 55 to 60? Because see, the closer you get to the mark, the easier it becomes to obtain it, if you ever can. But I'd rather take a road from 85% than to take another road from 55 all day long. All day long. But that's not what I'm hearing when I conversate with the women. Women rather the illusion of having 100% other than solidifying the fact of having 75%. Because everybody wants to look a certain way, especially women, when it comes to socially being in a position to where they can actually let their girlfriends, or I guess portray, a better word, to their girlfriends that their man is 100%. He may be 100%, he got a little shorty. You know what I mean, ladies? Or he may be 40%, but he got a big pipe. Guess what that means? You're going to up his numbers simply because of the gratification of any kind of sexual intercourse. Which one is more important to you, ladies? That's my question. And it's not just for the ladies, because guess what? Men, y'all have a part to play in this. The part that you have to play in this is that understanding that it is a growth process with women. Women choose to build a bear. And that means simply they're going to get you. They're going to hang out with you. They're going to kick it with you and everything else. But I promise you, if you ever ask a woman the true number, and she's earnestly and honestly with you, the truth of the matter is, or not the truth of the matter, but the facts of the matter is that you will really be surprised in your numbers. Even though you're providing, even though you won't allow her to fall, even though you're emotionally available, even though you support her, even though you encourage her, even though you laying it down like no other man has before, they still search. They still search for something more. Because it doesn't matter from one spectrum to the other, a woman just won't be satisfied. They'll be pleased, but they won't be satisfied. And this is the weird thing, though. If you are pleased in your relationship, the word pleased, which means to me a 360-degree completion in a relationship, which means some things are not great as the other, but nevertheless, overall, you are above the curve. Last time I checked, a passing grade was a 70. So if a man is giving you 85%, then he's a strong B. Because there is no A's. There ain't no A's. But y'all keep looking. I want y'all to keep looking, and men, what I want you to do, I want you to allow them to look. I don't want you to try to persuade them not to. Because if you are truly an 85 percentile in relationships when it comes to you and your mate, I dare them to try to find better. I dare them to. But that's only if you're truly an 85. If women is honest with you, no holds bar. If they give you a number that is above a 70, you are winning. I'm telling you, you're winning. And that's according to the relationships in America. You're winning. Because see, which is crazy, when you get and fly to these other countries overseas, if you're giving a woman 40 to 50%, you winning. What? So why is that so low and not appreciated when it comes to American women? You won't even appreciate what I would consider a strong B of a man that's giving you over 70% over a passing grade when it comes to relationships. Yes, all men are deficient in some things. Yes, all men are not possible. Men are not able to do everything that's impossible. That's possible for you, ladies, because y'all crazy as hell. But beside that point, you know, let me say this. If relationships need to be repaired, and why is it, do you believe that couples go to couples therapy? And that is because a woman wants to elevate her grade. She wants a man to be exactly where she wants him to be, when she wants him to be. It's not in regards to building no more. It's not even in regards to dealing with things or compromising with things. Some things, ladies, you're not supposed to compromise. I agree. 100%. There's certain things that are unacceptable when it comes to a relationship. But the things that I mentioned in the beginning, those are not it. Because if you can be 100% in the home with a male, and he's there. When you leave, he's there, playing Facebook, or playing Xbox, or looking at Facebook. Or when you get home, he's still there, playing Xbox or PlayStation, or on Facebook. That's what you asked for. That was one of the things you wanted to check off. I'm curious to see what his numbers are. I bet it ain't 85. I bet it's not above average. I bet it's not above a passing grade. But yet and still, because you all want what you all want, when you all want them, and how you all want them, you will jeopardize 80 to 85% of a man for the next man that may be 55 to 60. Okay. I believe everybody got the right to accept what it is they choose to accept. I think everybody has the right, everyone, male and female, choose to look for something better if it exists. If it don't exist, and if it has not existed in prior relationships, what makes you think it is that easy to obtain? Because I assure you that there is no way that you can honestly say that every relationship you've been in has been above 70. Hell, I'll even go out on a limb and say all the relationships you've been in, you can't even begin to say maybe 10% of the relationships that you have been in has been over a passing grade. So, is that easily obtainable, ladies? I don't think so. But I'm not a woman. Don't think like a woman, never claim to think like one. This is the matrix mind of a man. And this is what men think. Because you women are so delusional. Because of what you see on social media. Or what you see your girlfriends portraying. Or what you see your girlfriends are telling you their man is doing. That you compare their man to your man. And if his man, if her man is not a passing grade, but yet she allows you to believe that he is, and you put your man up against him saying, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you don't do that. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. You can always tell. And let me tell you how. You can always tell by when your friends are wanting to spend more time with you than they do their mate. There's nothing wrong with going out, as long as it's in moderation. But if every week your girlfriend is calling you and she's in a relationship to hang out, guess what she's doing? She's seeking. That's what she's doing. Doesn't matter how innocent it may be to you all. I'm telling you, subconsciously in her head, she is looking for something better. And guess what? She go out week after week and come home week after week. And call you the next week. And that's because she hasn't found what it is that compares to the man with a passing grade. But hey, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking. But it makes sense. It's easy to understand. I talk so that a baby can understand what I'm saying. I don't believe in all this clinical nonsense that's going on nowadays. Because you see, when that was not a facet, relationships was blooming. So, you rather, ladies, deal with a person that is educated, which is given by man, versus wisdom only coming from God. That's interesting. Listen, it's not really much I can say about this because, listen, this is what it is. Cherish any relationship that you're in that has a passing grade of 70 or above. Or you can continue to go in a circle like a dog chasing his tail. Do not jeopardize a passing relationship for an illusion of something that is better. Nothing's an absolute. But I tell you this much, it's very, very, very hard. It ain't too much else to say about this. I just want women to be reasonable. I do. Because I want the right people in a relationship, in the right position, sitting on a bus in the right seat. Because if you think for 1 minute, just 1 minute, that you can find a man that's above a passing grade that you're in, that is truly crazy. Because how many relationships did you go through to get to a passing grade? Now, which is weird, you may have thought you had a passing grade before until you met the man that you're with. So it's all subjective. All of it. Ladies, cut it out. Cut it out. The gentleman that you thought you were in love with before the gentleman now you're in love with, it is a different measure, is it not? You thought you was blessed to have the male that you had prior to the male you have now. So if the man you thought that was in the past was a passing grade, but then you met a man that's truly a passing grade, how often will you cross that road? Not often. Because whatever age you're at, you got more downhill than you do uphill. Because life keeps lifing, and you keep getting older. Truly. So, with that being said, be smart. Think about what you're in. Truly think about it. Not about what you're not receiving, but think about what you're getting. Because it will always be lesser. It should. In every relationship, you should always get prosperity. And prosperity does not mean 100%. On no standard. At all. I want to challenge you all. Give me a name. One name of one man in your life or has ever crossed your life that's been perfect. Because 100% is what it is. Ain't no more after that. It does not exist. Even in your elders, which we hold to such a high level because they deserve it. They deserve it. They do. But I look back on my mother and grandmother, which was the most powerful black women I've ever met, or ever heard of, or ever watched on TV, or ever read a book about them. None of them compared to my mother and grandmother. And they wasn't 100 because of things that they've did or the things that they've said to me that I realized wasn't a full truth. Partially, but not a full truth. So what man has you met? The man you're looking for. Hell, that's super. But wait a minute. Even Superman wasn't 100%. Because he hid his identity. Wow. Thank y'all for letting me talk to y'all again. There is no such thing as 100% man. There's definitely no such thing as 100% relationship. That's why they say you have to build a relationship. That's why they say you work day in and day out to get to a point to where you foresee carrying the last name of a man. Because guess what? All y'all trying to do is get above average, a passing grade. Once you reach a man that has a passing grade, you're willing to marry. But it takes time and effort. It is a process, ladies. But if you're receiving above 70, you've reached your max. You are just trying to survive in it. That's all you're doing. To try to be prosperous in it. That's all you're doing. Trying to be happy in it. That's all you're doing. Trying to be satisfied in it. That's all you're doing. Trying to be taken care of in it. That's all you're doing. Trying to be protected in it. That's all you're doing. And you live your life. And you live it out with the abundance. Because you see, abundance for some are less than others. So count your blessings. Let it be known that I got a good man. I don't have a man that's subpar. I have a good man. And don't listen to the ones that want you to be single because they single. Don't listen to the ones that want you to be unhappy because they're unhappy. Don't listen to the ones that want you to challenge your relationship because their relationship is challenged. Misery loves company. Ladies, I want y'all to truly understand that. Because that phrase was for you all, not me. You all. So, remember, subscribe. God damn it. Hit the bell. And remember, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is Kelvin. the host of KDD Code, the Matrix Mind of a Man. Y'all be blessed.